It's like a scary movie.
Dude, it's like Alien. Ugh. Still gonna eat that.
Super low tide.
So if you want to come out and get gaper clams, or horseneck clams as some people call it, you're going to need a couple things. First thing you will need is your fishing license, and second, you'll also need a clam gun. And if you don't want to get a clam gun like we have here, you can use just an old-fashioned shovel. I heard that the spade style shovel that are kind of narrow, those work best. Don't get a wide shovel because those just end up kind of blindly digging at things, and you're probably going to break the shell more often than not. Now, some of you might have noticed in my last clamming video, I used a positive pressure pump. That kind of pump is no longer legal to use to catch these clams. So that's why I actually felt like it's important for me to make this new video like this. So hopefully you guys have some fun out there, but make sure you don't use those positive pressure pumps. You have to use a traditional digging method or use a clam gun. Optionally, I would recommend wearing a latex glove just because as you stick your hand down into the sand, there's a lot of old broken up shells down there, so it's really easy to scrape your fingers and start bleeding. When it comes to the daily limit on horseneck clams and gaper clams that we're getting here, there is no size limit. In fact, you have to keep everything that you dig up. So even if you break it, even if it's small, you must keep them. If for any reason you dug up a clam and a seagull actually steals it from you, you have to get that clam back. My friend Eric actually got a ticket from the Department of Fish and Wildlife, and the ticket said, failed to retain dug up clam, because a seagull took it, so make sure you get that clam back. So when you're ready to start digging for clams, the first thing I usually look for are signs of the little siphon tip that sticks out of the water or the sand. Usually I like to pick the drier spots just because we're no longer using the positive pressure pumps here, but the easiest thing to do is look for the siphon, and then I like to just kind of poke them, or you can even step on the ground pretty hard and you'll see them start to retract that siphon. That is all you need to know, and then you're just going to start digging or using that clam gun and going to town. Sometimes as you're just walking around, you might actually see a little squirt of water come up, and that is a sign of a clam there. So just go and double check, see if it's a good sized siphon where you saw that squirt, and then if it looks good, just start digging. My middle finger is like lost right now.
Do you think you have enough footage? Huh?
We should at least pull one more big one out.
Okay, because I can help you dig.
Really?
Huh?
You're gonna get wet.
I can dig with my hand.
Oh yeah.
Huh? You pulled it out already? Oh wow.
What?
Oh.
There you go.
Nice.
Dude, that was pretty good too. One shot. Let's see how well the pipe lays. Dig me up even.
Take my show. We don't have to shit here. Fuck you. Should've bought that pipe. Come on.
Should I pump some out? Want me to pump some?
I don't know what we can pump though. I have my hand on it, but I can't pull them out.
It's pretty big.
Oh shit. Finally, when you're finished digging, last thing you gotta do is fill up that hole that you just made. So the reason we do that, this is actually really expensive real estate for the clams. The clams have to have a place to live, so make sure you fill that hole back up. And on top of that, honestly, it's just common courtesy for the other people around you. Because this giant hole that you see here somebody left that there, and that's a huge pothole that someone could just fall in there, break an ankle or something. So just please fill your holes. Alright guys, welcome home. So we did limit out, the 3 of us, we did manage to get 30, but you know, a couple of them were pretty small because we didn't really actually know where to dig, but a couple of them ended up small, and but yeah, gotta clean these guys up. And that green thing is actually my little pop-up tent that I changed on the side of the road. So yeah, actually I'm sure some of you guys are probably curious about it if you ever use a wetsuit or anything, or if you need to change out in the middle of nowhere. So let me just show myself getting this thing. So it's a zipper, just gonna crawl in here, and then I can actually stand up all the way up. So I'm 5'10", just kind of touches my hair here, and then yeah, this thing comes in really handy. So I got this on Amazon, so if anyone wants a link for these, so just let me know. I don't know if anyone's even curious about it. So yeah, so let's get these guys cleaned up, and yeah, we're gonna cook something good. Stay tuned, guys. So to open up these horseneck clams for cleaning, I find it easiest to actually slice the adductor muscle that's opposite the side of the siphon. And the moment you slice through that adductor muscle, the clam actually opens up a little bit. And from there, all you do is start slicing along the shell on both sides, and then you'll be able to take out the whole clam. Keep in mind when you are eating these gaper clams, you do want to actually discard all the dark material. That's actually where a lot of the toxins are. So definitely get rid of all the dark stuff, and then you'll want to keep the muscular parts. So the first one being the siphon, obviously that's a big trunk in the front. And then inside the body, I usually find that there's 3 different parts that I keep. The first one being the skirt, the second one being the foot, and the third one being the adductor muscles, of which there are usually, I find there's 2, unless there's another one that I'm missing. But yeah, I usually find there's 2 adductor muscles. One of them gets stuck on the skirt, and the other one's kind of free floating. All right, so the clams that we're actually gonna be using for this dish, most of this is like the body meat, which is like the, I think it's called the skirt, I'm probably wrong. The skirt around the clam, the foot, and also the little adductor muscle. And most of the siphon pieces, this is a siphon piece, most of the siphon pieces I've used as sashimi last night. So if you do wanna see how that's done, I'll put a link to the video in the description. Which is one of the earlier videos I made. That's the one where we had a pump, which is no longer a legal method to acquire these clams. So yeah, these siphon pieces we made sashimi with, super delicious. So kind of sweet, a little bit crunchy, with a little bit of soy sauce, so good. So yeah, I'll put a link there or the card above. So check that out there. All right guys, welcome home. Welcome to Nelson and Sally's Catch and Cook for our gaper clams that we just got actually yesterday. So it was way too cold to do a catch and cook outside yesterday, so here we are now. So we're gonna actually be doing a Chinese dish, one that I kind of grew up eating, that my mom kind of made using manila and steamer clams, but we're gonna do it with gaper clams today. So there's our gaper clams over there. We got a couple ingredients. We're actually gonna be browning a couple of our aromatics first. So that's gonna be some garlic, ginger, and some red onions. So after those get going, we're gonna be adding in the beach mushrooms here, along with some carrots that I've julienned also. Those take a little while to tenderize, so I'm actually gonna be putting those in a little bit early. Then after that, this is green chive. I actually wanted to use yellow chives, but I could not find it at my local store, so I had to use green chives. They're not too different. The yellow chives is just green chives that have been grown without any kind of light. So they don't really produce chlorophyll, hence they're yellow. Then after that, we're gonna have a little the white sections of the spring onions here. And then we're gonna be adding the clams right after that. So most of the flavors are actually gonna come from the aromatics and the clam, but we'll round it out with a little bit of chicken bouillon at the end. So, all right, let's get cooking, guys. This is the skirt. So it's like a big long piece that kind of goes around the edge of the clam, and it kind of connects to one of the adductor muscles here. That's one of the two that we usually get in each clam, and then there's also another free-floating adductor muscle elsewhere that we took off. So each clam from the body section has 2 adductors, a skirt, and this foot. So this foot is what they use to dig themselves into the sand. All right, anything else in the clam that's kind of soft, mushy, and dark, toss it out. All right, been a couple minutes. Chives look nice and tender. Let's get the clams in there. Actually, I think my gas is going out. Yeah, it's going out. All right, new can of gas. There we go. And also, I'm gonna take the ginger out because Sally doesn't like too much ginger flavor. So I've had 4 slices here. 2. Where is it? 3. What the heck? Where's my last one? Man, am I blind? Oh, do you see it? All right, well, we'll have to leave that one. Oh, here it is. All right, so now we're actually gonna take out all of the veggies here so that we can brown the clams a little bit. So fire off, and then we're gonna take all of that out. Use this as a squeegee. All right, that's good. Oil is scorching hot. Let's toss this in. In goes the green onions. That's just the white section like we mentioned earlier. And then stir it around a little bit and we'll add everything back. Dig a little hole. 1 teaspoon. All right, all done. So 1 for my parents who are inside. Join you guys at the table. All right, here's your milk tea. And I got a honey pomelo drink juice. Let's try it out. Oh, that's good. It's got yeah, I like that pomelo flavor.
I like it.
I like that. Huh.
It's like kind of floral.
I think it reminds me of almost like kok fa cha back then with a little bit of that citrusy taste.
You mean like mong cha?
Yeah, like mong cha. All right. All right, here we go. Try it. I like it.
I think I still like a sashimi more.
I think I do like the sashimi more too. I feel like the sashimi brings out the taste a little more of just the natural clam. And I do like that crunch too.
And the one with the vermicelli, I like that more than this too.
Vermicelli one you'll see in the first video that I linked. There's a random guy driving across the street right now, staring at us, and because we're eating in front of our door on the driveway as if we're homeless.
Maybe that's her new neighbor.
Maybe.
He's like, I don't want to live here anymore. Yep, he parked.
Oh, he's an Amazon delivery guy.
It's not Amazon, it's
Oh.
Target.
No, Target?
Or maybe like DoorDash or something like that.
Well, he's delivering something. I'm sure they've seen weirder stuff. If you guys have never actually gone out to get gaper clams, I mean, the first time we used the pumps, obviously those aren't legal anymore because they were talking about how way too efficient they are. So the clam population is kind of going down. And so this time, you know, we're doing the traditional clam gun and digging. It is so tiring. Like my forearm is still so sore right now. It was yesterday. So, and Sally was behind the camera, but she did end up joining digging too. So it's so tiring, but it's so worth it because the sashimi is so good. You guys have to try it. I think we go out again. I'll probably make the vermicelli version again because I do like that a lot. Only bad thing was like when we're not using the pumps, we can't, well, we could. It's harder to get deeper to get the big guys. So you don't really have that shell to make the dish with, which I guess you could just make it in a bowl.
Try a plate next time.
Yeah, I guess we don't have a choice. We'll just use a plate or a bowl or something. But man, gaper clams are good. I feel like I should have added like a little bit of white pepper or something.
Maybe.
Oh well, next time. Let's see, do we have any more of the siphon piece? Yeah, there's a piece of siphon.
I think those two.
Yeah, the siphon piece, even though they're crunchy when they're raw, it's a little bit just chewy after you cook it. So if you ever had like cherry stone clams that were like boiled in like a white wine sauce, it's kind of like that. It's a little bit chewy. I kind of prefer like the more crunchy texture of like the raw one. All right, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys like this one. A little bit different. I felt like I needed to make this just because the only clam video I've made so far shows a method that is now illegal. So hopefully this shows like, you know, you guys could totally do this without those pumps, but a little more work. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this. So yeah, try this out. Make a couple of these dishes. Try this, the vermicelli one from before, or the sashimi is always good with the siphons. So, was that a wasp?
I don't know. Let's go.
All right. So if you guys liked it, please hit that thumbs up. Also subscribe. That's a bright red button. And yeah, comment. Let me know if you guys have any questions about anything. So I always like hearing from you guys. All right. Take it easy. Have a good one.
Bye.
Stay.